And so for today's invocation, please, I invite up the minister in residence, Bryant Phelps from Grace Avenue United Methodist Church in Frisco, by the way, who's a graduate of Morehouse College, alma mater, of course, of Dr. King, for our invocation.
In the holy practice of Ella Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer, Medgar Evers, Coretta Scott King, and Reese Taylor, let us go to God in prayer. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way. We, your children, have taken the time this morning to celebrate the legacy of the drum major for justice, the transformed nonconformist, the moral architect of the beloved community, Martin Luther King Jr. Churches, streets, synagogues, mosques, schools, event centers, and volunteer sites bustle with people today seeking to embody the principles of Dr. King for the sake of the beloved community. But just as sure as Dr. King has dreamed, our hearts ache because we, your people, have failed to be an obedient people. We have been unwilling to love our neighbors as we have loved ourselves and you. And our feet have strayed from the places, O God, where we have met thee. Our feet have strayed, O God, because Dr. King's prophetic ideals have been co-opted as a tool for homogeny, heteronormativity, and conformity, ratified by a system of privilege such that we have failed to hold our neighbors to task, to the moral attempts of America. America is an idea, a project defined by its ideals, yet life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness only exists for a privileged 1%. At the risk of the environment, the poor, education, and medicine. Our feet, oh God, have strayed because we have woefully forgotten the words of Dr. King, that our lives begin to end when we remain silent about the things that matter. We can no longer remain silent when racial epithets are raised from the corridors of a White House built by black people. We can no longer be silent when it is more acceptable for Norwegians to migrate to these shores, but Haitians, Africans, Mexicans, and Muslims cannot. We can no longer be silent about Haitian, African, Mexican, and Muslim contributions to this country. We, oh God, can no longer be silent in the face of a president or our leaders who conveniently forget his hatefulness. We can no longer remain silent when tweets are allowed to govern our national collective and used to taunt nuclear war. Help me somebody. We can no longer remain silent when it is more dangerous for a man to kneel and not play football, but those who abuse the bodies of women can play football, produce films, anchor news shows, and run for elected office. We can no longer remain silent to the cries of those who fill the streets to proclaim that their lives matter, and the uncomfortable are allowed to discount their plea as riotous. Oh God, we can no longer remain silent because Dr. King said that riots are the voice of the unheard, and as long as we remember Dr. King, we can never remain silent about things that matter. Our feet, oh God, have strayed from the places where we have met thee. We who have gathered dare to choose the real Dr. King by building bridges and troubling water. The real Dr. King, the one who did not just dream but combated very real nightmares. The real Dr. King who committed his life to the poor and envisioned and worked toward equitable treatment for all of God's children. Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants, help me somebody, and Catholics. The real Dr. King who challenged war and a nefarious system of capitalism that thwarts the possibility for a humane community. The real Dr. King who answered Paul's Macedonian call for aid. The real Dr. King who with a steady beat moved his feet toward justice. May we choose to remember that we are all caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects the other. If we choose this, Dr. King, that has not been co-opted by a nefarious people of greed and discomfort with hard conversations and fear of other people. May we commit ourselves to doing whatever it takes to raise our collective consciousness toward justice and the ideals of the beloved community. As long as the triune evil of racism, classism, and militarism exists, may we run if we have to, march if we have to, kneel if we have to, Me Too if we have to, Black Lives Matter if we have to, DACA if we have to, healthcare if we have to, for the culture if we have to, no Muslim ban if we have to, and love because we need to. And until that day, may we continue to lift every voice and sing. Shadow beneath our hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land, and all of God's beloved said, amen.
Now stand up. Stand up.